when you think about transformative businesses, mining, despite its importance to all of us, doesn't necessarily come to mind. We're all touched by the mining industry every minute of every day. It is easily the most important industrial activity in the world. Yet, technology and all of its amazing advancements has not necessarily impacted the mining status quo for a while. Well, one company, Anglo American, is out to change that. So they're on the cusp of transformation and out to change this by layering in disruptive, innovative technology to achieve their increases in their efficiencies, their productivity, and of course, what's important to all of us is sustainability. So by benchmarking or looking at industries like aerospace and defense and automotive, our last two presentations, Anglo American has set a new course. So before I introduce our next speaker, let's take a look at this video and see where Anglo American is headed.
Look deeply. Beyond the surface. Do you see it? All that potential waiting to be set free. From this, we'll shape tomorrow's cities, build better homes, create new ways to get around. Because this holds the power to keep it all ticking. This has the potential to give us all clean water, improve healthcare, connect us all together. These help put food on the table. This helps our children breathe cleaner air. These say it all without saying a word. And these put our dreams within our grasp. At Anglo American, we see all the potential beneath our feet. Then we put it in the world's hands.
Please welcome Tony O'Neill, Group Director, Technical and Sustainability from Anglo American, who will discuss the future of mining.
Thanks, Ken, for that introduction. I found the presentations this morning absolutely fascinating. I think there are 2 points I'd like to make. Firstly, that the mining industry is absolutely ripe for people like yourselves and your technologies. Second, I can die eternally grateful that engineers have finally been described as sexy rocket scientists. Before I begin to tell you about Anglo American and our 120,000 employees, I'd like to show you a short video. Please play the video. Good morning again. In 1859, just 400 miles north of here, a major mineral discovery was made that transformed the state of Nevada and the development of San Francisco. This silver discovery, the Great Comstock Lode, required significant technological innovation in the areas of mining, processing and workers' health in order to release its significant wealth. It's one of many examples where mining, with technology, has led the way in the development of nation-building infrastructure. So we've got a history of innovation, but we're sorely in need of a step change at this point in time. After watching the opening videos, I trust you are getting a sense of how important mining is to all industries, of the far-reaching value generated by the commodities and precious metals and minerals we mine. Mining's important to the world. In short, if you can't grow it, there's a good chance you'll have to mine it. Without mining, our planet today would not be sustainable. It would severely hinder our ability to generate sufficient electricity, develop technologies to support global communications, provide materials to build homes, build the transportation to get around, and feed the growing world. Simply put, mining continues to be one of the world's most important industrial activities, yet contrary to popular belief, it has one of the smallest environmental footprints. We take up less than 1% of the Earth's surface, directly generate less than 3% of carbon gases, while feeding into a whopping 45% of the global economy. It's the key source of products that clean the water we drink, clean the gases our cars emit, and therefore the air we breathe. Minerals are also a main ingredient of the fertilisers that allow the world to be fed. Without them, the landmass used for farming would be twice that currently used. So it's significant. But mining faces many critical challenges. As the world's population continues to grow, currently at 3% per year, so does the demand for commodities. The question for us is how will we keep pace, especially when the challenges we face and the jurisdictions are increasingly complex. We're in a race to discover and deliver the minerals and metals required to meet the needs and aspirations of a steadily growing global population, as well as a swelling middle class, which in China and India combined is now around 1 billion. At the same time, consumer products require more minerals than ever. In the 80s, it took 11 minerals to manufacture a cell phone. Today, it takes more than 60. While there's an abundance of resources across commodities in the Earth's crust, the resources that are quantified and that we can readily access are virtually all declining in grade and in quality. Therefore, the commodities and precious metals the world needs to prosper, miners have to search for minerals in increasingly far-flung and unfamiliar regions, such as Africa's central interior, where significant amounts of key minerals are known to be. These frontier mining jurisdictions hold unique challenges, including difficulty of access, massive infrastructure and transport needs, as well as a lack of skilled workers. I think in Africa alone, I think there are 1,000 languages. So just starts to put things in perspective. At the same time, the rising cost of extracting resources is putting a vice-like grip on margins. The mining industry excels at building and operating infrastructure. But despite the fact that some of the world's most innovative companies, such as 3M, started out in mining, the mining industry leaves much to be desired when it comes to innovation. Yet serious innovation is exactly what our industry needs to solve its critical challenges. These challenges include declining grades of deposits from many minerals. World copper grades in the last 100 years have gone from 4% to 1%. This, combined in the reduction of discoveries, is forcing us to mine at greater depths. However, to be able to mine deeper, we need innovative technologies for securing workplace safety at depths up to and over 13,000 feet vertically below the surface, rock temperatures of 63 degrees Celsius, and rock under such stress that it can explode without warning. The innovation will one day lead us to mining without the dangerous manual labour that we currently need to extract at these depths. Mining's productivity is also on a steep decline. If we look at Australian mines over the past decade, energy use rose by 60%, productivity dropped by 40%. Since about 2007, the revenue to capital employed ratio has been turning negatively. The only way to address this is with productivity enhancing digital and mechanised technologies. Mining's operating models and technologies lag behind all other major industries. The last innovative breakthrough took place 20 to 30 years ago, and simply scaling up the current equipment will no longer work. What's more, the mining industry is guilty of letting its capital projects get out of hand. Of recent times, it has become the industry norm to have capital overruns of 20 to 30%, with companies wasting tens of billions of dollars at both the design and construction phases, and then destroying similar levels of value with the same projects not performing close to their design specifications. Other hurdles include the rise of resource nationalism, growing demands from host countries in terms of physical and social infrastructure, increasingly onerous permitting and licensing requirements due to community and NGO activism, all of which can lead to significant project delays. On top of that, we're also having to meet the demands of our shareholders, and as a result, are scaling back many projects that are perhaps suboptimal. All of this points to a tightening of supply. So the mining industry urgently needs to get a grip of these challenges, and innovation is the key. In the face of such extraction challenges, the mining industry is grossly underspending on innovation and business improvement programs. On a revenue-to-revenue basis, the mining industry spends 80% less on technology and innovation compared to the petroleum sector. This is an outstanding figure, especially when our operating costs are increasing 3 times faster than consumer inflation and on their way to doubling in less than 5 years. With industry margins being squeezed on all fronts, we simply have to embrace innovation if we want to be more productive, efficient and sustainable. In fact, mining needs to leap forward 20 years in the next 5. So what's out there? For the first time in my 36 years career in mining, I feel we're on the cusp of some just groundbreaking innovation. The opportunities, we can now cut rocks with lasers. We know that we can soften rocks with lasers. Medical imaging for real-time sampling of minerals. Big data, instrumentation coming out of the London Crossrail Tunnel is leading to substantive changes in the ability to monitor major equipment. And 3D printing will enable us to manufacture tailored equipment and parts. All this low-hanging fruit is just within our grasp. Rethinking our approach to innovation. At Anglo American, We've been spending a lot of time thinking about how innovation can help our industry address its challenges. This means we've been rethinking our own approach to innovation. And I'm proud to say that today there is a renewed commitment at Anglo American to bring innovation into our organisation. In fact, I'll go beyond that. It's absolutely vital for us to bring disruptive technology across our business and basically transform us back to the leader of the industry. In our industry, the innovation model is still morphing. The approaches have been very traditional. It's changing to that of a more collaborative, inclusive and a horizontal approach. Approaches that bring stakeholders together with different perspectives to reframe challenges and create user-centred solutions that can be adopted faster. This more open and collaborative approach is completely aligned with our new vision and mission. For us at Anglo American, it's not just about mining, but rather how we mine, about how we're going to innovate. At the heart of the answer to how are the new types of innovation and collaboration. Don't get me wrong though, it's not as if we haven't innovated. We've been at the forefront of these 13,000 feet below the surface mining, advances in diamond recovery, platinum and gold, but it is no longer enough. So what is new today is our approach to innovation. We call it FutureSmart. It will accelerate our ability to use innovation and technology to address our critical challenges and find safer, more efficient, environmentally friendly and sustainable ways to unlock mineral value. FutureSmart houses our innovation engine firing on all cylinders. It captures our vision for a step change. It's requiring us to take off our blinkers, to look outwards and work with partners to create sustainable value. I think in many cases, though, our own imaginations need to be freed, and it's perhaps restricting the speed at which we can move. And that's why I find it today so interesting. FutureSmart uses holistic systems-first thinking. It guides us to look at the greater context of a potential technology and from the outset work closely with the people who use it. It inspires us to reach out and bring in people with different skill sets and fresh perspectives from other industries. As part of FutureSmart, we're spearheading open forums within Anglo American on mining, processing and sustainability, working with diverse stakeholders, our peers, research institutions and suppliers to address global issues related to operational efficiency, energy use, water use and safety, and making those solutions available industry-wide. We'll derive our competitive advantage from putting our own stamp on how we leverage and integrate these technologies, not from the ownership of intellectual property. You'll hear more about FutureSmart and the open forums this afternoon during Donovan Waller's presentation, which I hope many of you will be able to attend. So things are now changing in Anglo American. Starting anew, we're working to actively foster a corporate culture where leaders encourage, enable, measure and reward innovation across our organisation. We want all employees, not just those in technology, to be thinking about how we can do things differently and better, to be having solution-focused conversations that improve lives in some way. Prior to joining Anglo American, I was at AngloGold Ashanti. I experienced how integrated thinking and broad collaborative partnerships can significantly accelerate the idea to application cycle. We were able to put prototypes in the ground in 2 years, and they're now looking at a potential operating model within 4. In the mining industry, that's virtual lightning speed. We've applied some of this thinking to our efforts to become more customer-centric as we find better and more cost-effective uses for our products. As a result, we're seeing extraordinary widening of applications. In diamonds, we own De Beers, where we've developed 1,000 new products, including a diamond glass, but also greater value in our bulk commodities, including coal and iron ore. So learning from other industries, so many possibilities are out there that are ripe for the picking. It comes down to how we operationalise and bring them together into a complete system. We're making it our mission to learn how other industries are bringing these technologies into commercial practice. We'll take the best from these industries, such as Dassault Systèmes, platform and industry solution expertise, to improve our processes and help us shift from manual to automated and continuous mining without explosives, from wet to dry mineral processing, and from batch to continuous processes. In my opinion, it's imperative that mining move very quickly to embrace some of these innovative technologies that are giving other industries a significant edge. And looking at this morning, I couldn't see anything that wasn't applicable within our industry. One key example is big data. Its analytic capabilities will give us fresh insight into our businesses that will have huge spin-offs in our risk profile, equipment maintenance, product optimisation, safety and human resources sides. We're excited about the potential of Dassault Systèmes technologies to help us simulate and predict outcomes, control costs and unlock value in our industry. A lot of mining equipment, including vehicles, is already designed by Dassault Systèmes software. At Anglo American, Geovia has been helping us understand, model and manage ore bodies for several years now, and we're currently exploring how 3D can add further value for us. Thanks to Dassault Systèmes, we now have the opportunity to digitally design a complex piece of project engineering, test it digitally before we put a shovel in the ground. A much cheaper and quicker option than erecting a pilot plant. There's a lot Anglo American and the wider industry can learn from an organisation such as Dassault that has helped many of the big companies, as we've seen today, become better companies. So to finish, there's no doubt that the mining industry faces huge challenges. None of them's insurmountable or too big for us to solve if we rethink our own models. Perhaps by taking a page from the way we collaborate and research to start helping each other close the technology gap to deliver step changes in cost and the performance metrics. Along the way, we'll need to consign restrictive intellectual property rights to the waste paper bin. They're holding back our ability to innovate and change at the pace we need. Today, mining's on the cusp of game-changing innovation that will move the industry forward in leaps and bounds. At Anglo American, we're determined not only to be ready for this innovation, but to lead the way in creating it. It's clear to me that sharpening our innovation edge is no longer optional. It's a must. Ramping up our innovation game will not only drive efficiencies and enhance returns, it will enable us to generate the kind of value that makes a real difference to real people around the world. Thank you.